Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone His Excellency Ambassador Medhat Meligi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon to you.
Ambassador Meligi, how did you follow the statements by Foreign Minister Badr Abdel warning about the escalating situation in Lebanon, and also his speech before the UN?
Well, actually, I think his Excellency Badr Abdel has touched upon several issues that were of great importance. I think that the most important thing was just said in introduction, which is the common feeling of frustration and detection among the Arab and Islamic world regarding the double standards regarding Israel. I think this is the main topic that we should be talking about. I mean, it's quite obvious that Israel is above the international law, above any kind of unity or implementation for its action. Not just that, I mean, we do not even hear a word of condemnation. And one wonder, I mean, if Israel, if the United States and the Western countries are always seeking to find how to ease the situation after Israel is doing what it's doing and not before. I mean, it would be much better if the United States and Israel allies would stop Israel from committing war crimes that it's committing before it happens and not after it happens. However, I think Dr. Badr Abdel explained in clear words that the Middle East, of course, region is going through a very delicate situation currently, and that Egypt is trying to strengthen all means of support to put a final end to the double standards, which is, I think, the most important issue. That the ongoing Israeli aggression on Gaza and the West Bank represents a real stigma on the international community. And this is where the international community has to step in to show Israel that it's not above the law. As we explained it in clear words, everything Israel is doing is shameful to the international community, which has not taken any concrete steps to end this aggression.
Yes.
It's a flagrant violation of the Lebanese sovereignty, of course, and international norms, and we oppose the liquidation of the Palestinian cause and the participation in international decision-making is not a gift. It's a right for everyone in each country. And of course, we have to not to forget what His Excellency has said regarding the debt problem, regarding the African countries, several that they have a lot of problems and a lot of challenges that they cannot face with the current international situation. So once again, Egypt is taking the role to talk not just about Egypt and the issues that matters to us, but also what matters to the African continent as a whole, and this is the role of leading countries such as Egypt.
Yes. So, Your Excellency, Ambassador Meligi, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held a phone call with the Lebanese Prime Minister Nabil Mikati, during which President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi stressed Egypt's keenness on the Lebanese sovereignty. How did you follow this conversation?
Well, it was understandable from the beginning that we do not accept any violation to the international law. This has always been the position of Egypt. We respect the international law, we abide by it, and we have our behavior that is going along with what the recommendation and the confirmation of the international law. And accordingly, we did not accept any violation to the Lebanese sovereignty. However, I think what the issue is much bigger than that. I mean, we have to start our own narrative. The idea of that Israel is that it has to defend itself. This is a narrative that we have been, I'm not talking about Egypt here, I'm talking about all the Arab countries. We have been adopted for a long time. And I think it's time to say that we have to help those those countries who are facing Israel without any real weapons, that they have to be helped. I mean, if you look at Hezbollah and what they have done since the 7th of October, I want to ask how many persons were killed in Israel? We hear about a lot of rockets that were fired, but how many injured? I mean, Hezbollah doesn't have any heavy weaponry. I mean, it doesn't have tanks, it doesn't have air forces, it doesn't have any of this. So, I mean, and Israel in one day can kill up to 500 persons and violate the skies of Lebanon without any kind of respect to the international law. And that's why we took a stand, but we hope that the whole narrative of the region will change and that we have the right to defend ourselves. And we have to take the measures to acquire weapons to be able to defend ourselves. The skies of Lebanon are open like many other Arab countries who do not have the unlimited support of the United States and other Western allies. Name one country that has this kind of support and can do what Israel is doing like it's doing. Unfortunately, there isn't. And that's why there is the double standard, and that's why there is always this much coverage for anything Israel is doing.
Yes, Egypt's stance was very clear from even the start of the Gaza crisis on the 7th of October 2023, and have worked for a ceasefire in Gaza, and even now Egypt was working for a ceasefire of 21 days with the mediation of Egypt and the United States. But now, after the assassination of the leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, how do you see the picture now?
Well, actually, the picture is very gloomy, unfortunately, because actually any option is available. However, I'm not expecting from Iran to retaliate at the time. I mean, it has been clear from many nuance, from many declarations that Iran reserves the right to take the necessary measures. So that is not just that. At the present time, we are hearing that they are blaming Hezbollah for being penetrated by spies and by Israelis, which had to destroy the infrastructure of Hezbollah for a great extent. However, the Lebanese army still occupation of the Lebanese land, and this does not mean that the war has ended. Maybe this part has ended momentarily, but all the options are open. From our side, we are still hope that we will have a ceasefire on our Palestinian Gaza front, so that we can once again resume peaceful, serious peaceful, maybe not with this current government, but on the long run we will have to be talking about peace and try to resume with a peaceful solution.
Yes, now Your Excellency Ambassador Meligi, with the killing of the leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, on purpose, because Israel announced that the strikes on the Lebanese south suburb is especially for the targeting the leaders of Hezbollah, whether Hassan Nasrallah or other leaders in the group of Hezbollah. So what are your expectations concerning, because most of the leaders in Egypt, the political leadership in Egypt, with the Egyptian, of course, foreign minister and leaders in other Arab countries warned of the escalation of the situation and turning the region into a whole-out war?
Actually, I'm not seeing this escalation except from the side of Israel. There is no other country who wants to escalate the war from inside, or even to intervene at the moment. As I was saying, Israel has substantially destroyed Hezbollah to a high extent, and to recover from it and forcing to will take some time. I mean, it's not an eminent thing that we can repair the damage we have in Hezbollah. And this is one of the strongest stakeholders in the cohesion of the Middle East, especially on the Lebanese front. As for the other countries, as you know, none of them is ready to treat Israel for the time being. First of all, we don't have, and we have to be honest with ourselves, we don't have this unconditional support and this flow of arms that is unstoppable. As we said from the beginning of the current wave of war, the 7th of October, Israel has received over $40 billion worth of equipment and ammunition. Meaning the whole Arab countries altogether did not receive even 1/4 of this amount. So the balance, the United States is making clearly to be in Israel's side. So there is no Arab state who would like to confront Israel at the current stage. But this doesn't mean that the war has ended. As long as there is occupation, there will be resistance. And this is from the side of the Palestinians who have been held as well. But we hope and we still think that peace is not and will not be achieved with military tools. Israel thinks that it can hold the Palestinians for an eternity, which will never be the case. The Palestinians are breeding new resistance to fight the Israeli occupation. As many leaders have said during this United Nations summit, I mean, as long as there is occupation, there will be resistance. And this is what will happen, but the time is not now. And I think that if Israel would choose to continue, it will continue simply because it can, and simply because there is no impunity on Israel. The policy of impunity towards Israel and Israel is above the international law, especially now at the time of the American elections, enabled Israel to do a certain wrong. Mr. Netanyahu, for the second time, in the United Nations, has raised a map of Israel that does not put any signs for the presence of a Palestinian state or even any kind of open determination, which shows that his intention is to keep the land and to force his peace the way he wanted on the Palestinian and on the other Arab countries, which unfortunately will never happen. It can happen temporarily because of the current situation, but it cannot happen forever. And as I said, the narrative will change. I mean, all the Western countries think about the arms and about the help that we're providing Israel. No one is thinking about the help that the Arabs should get. Especially the Palestinians. The Palestinians should be helped. That's why the Ukrainians are to be able to deter aggressor and deter the occupied. And as long as this did not happen, then we will have this sporadic war that will continue until they can achieve their liberation.
I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Your Excellency, Ambassador Medhat Meligi, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for joining us over the phone. I had the honor to have this phone with you. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cairo Local Time. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.